The golden chandeliers of Eco Delights cast rippling light over Daniel Okafor's solitary dinner. At his usual corner table, the billionaire pushed a fork through untouched jollof rice, the scent of nutmeg and smoked fish failing to stir his appetite. For years since the accident that took Sarah and Hannah. The empty chair opposite him seemed to exhale loneliness. A whisper cut through the clinking silverware. "Excuse me, sir." Daniel turned to see Aisha Ibrahim, early 20s, light brown skin, high cheekbones, standing by his table, her navy hijab damp from the rain. In her arms, Yusuf, 8-month-old baby, chubby cheeks, blinked up at him, tiny fingers clutching her faded Ankara wrapper. "Not for me," Aisha clarified softly. "For him." She shifted Yusuf forward. The baby cooed, reaching toward Daniel's plate. The waiter rushed over. "Madam, you can't," but Daniel raised a hand. Without a word, he pushed his meal toward her. Aisha knelt on the polished floor, pulling a plastic spoon from her bag. As she mashed the plantains, Yusuf's gummy smile lit up the shadowed corner. Daniel's chest tightened, that laugh, so like Hannah's. When she finished, Aisha wiped Yusuf's chin with her hijab. "Thank you," she murmured, already turning toward the exit. Daniel opened his mouth to say what, he didn't know, but she was gone, swallowed by the Lagos downpour. Daniel's Range Rover idled outside the restaurant, wipers fighting the monsoon. He hadn't planned to follow her. Yet when Aisha boarded a downfall bus, his hands moved before his mind could protest. The bus lurched into Ajiganal's maze of rusted rooftops and flickering neon. Aisha stepped off near a row of shipping containers, Yusuf asleep against her chest. Daniel watched through rain-streaked glass as she unlocked one with a padlock, its metal side streaked with rust. A solar bulb flickered to life inside. Through a gap in the curtain, Daniel saw her lay Yusuf in a drawer lined with towels, humming "Dodo you know" as she lit a kerosene stove. The walls were papered with newspaper clippings, and a University of Lagos ID card. Aisha Ibrahim, computer science. Daniel's grip tightened on the steering wheel. This wasn't just poverty, it was a life interrupted. He drove away, but her voice, just for him, echoed in his skull. 83 a.m., Daniel packed a duffel, formula, diapers, a thermos of OG. He added a prepaid phone with one contact. The rain had stopped when he left it by her door at dawn. The storm raged like a living thing, shaking the walls of Aisha's shipping container. Yusuf burned in her arms, his tiny body radiating heat through the thin blanket. She pressed her lips to his forehead, too hot, as his whimpers turned to weak, rasping cries. The herbal agbo from Mama Chidi's store had done nothing. Aisha fumbled for the prepaid phone Daniel had given her. Her fingers trembled as she typed, "Yusuf can't breathe." The reply came instantly, "Address. Now." 11 minutes later, headlights cut through the rain. Daniel didn't speak when he took Yusuf from her arms. The baby's shallow breaths fogged the Range Rover's window as they tore through Lagos, Aisha gripping the dashboard like a lifeline. The hospital receptionist took one look at Aisha's damp dress and shook her head. "No insurance, no treatment." Daniel's voice turned to steel. "His name is Yusuf Daniel Okafor." He slammed his platinum card on the counter. "Move." At dawn, sunlight streamed through the hospital blinds. Yusuf slept peacefully, and four taped to his tiny arm. Aisha slumped in a plastic chair, exhaustion etched into her face. Daniel handed her a paper cup of tea. "Pneumonia," he murmured. "But he'll live." The photo went viral by noon, billionaire's secret love child. The grainy image showed Daniel carrying Yusuf through the hospital lot, Aisha trailing behind in her rain-drenched hijab. Blogs dissected every pixel, her worn sandals, his protective grip. Aisha scrolled through the comments in Daniel's Ekoi safe house. "Gold digger, that baby looks nothing like him." Behind her, Yusuf played with a stuffed elephant, oblivious to the storm. Daniel's PR team urged denial. "Issue a statement," they insisted. But that evening, he sat for a Channel's TV interview. The host leaned in. "Who is Aisha Ibrahim to you?" She asked. "For my leftovers," Daniel said, voice steady. Not my money. The nation watched as he recounted the shipping container, the fever, the nights he'd spent praying for a child not his own. She reminded me I was still human. Aisha watched the broadcast from the balcony, Lagos glittering below. Her prepaid phone buzzed, donation offers, interview request, a message from her estranged father after 3 years. She silenced it and lifted Yusuf to see the city lights. Construction noise woke Yusuf at dawn. Aisha carried him to the window of their new Lekki bungalow, half-built but already home. Daniel stood in the yard arguing with the foreman about playground safety rails, his designer shoes coated in red dust. Your university reinstated you, Daniel said later, sliding an acceptance letter across the breakfast table. Aisha's fingers trembled on the University of Lagos letterhead. Online classes until Yusuf's older, he added quickly. The dean owes me. The media frenzy had died, replaced by an unexpected wave of support. Strangers sent baby clothes to P.O. boxes. A women's collective offered coding tutorials. But the most surprising development stood before her now, Daniel, kneeling awkwardly beside Yusuf's high chair, trying to spoon-feed him OG without making a mess. On Yusuf's second birthday, Daniel arrived with a familiar object, the takeout container from Eco Delights. Inside lay no food, but a deed to the bungalow and a note, for the woman who taught me to share. That evening, as Lagos skyline sparkled beyond their garden, Daniel lifted Yusuf onto his shoulders. Ready to fly, champ? The baby shrieked with delight as Aisha leaned into Daniel's side. No headlines, no scandals, just 3 hearts, finally home. In When a Billionaire Meets a Single Mother, witness how a chance encounter between a struggling single mom and a wealthy billionaire transforms their lives forever. From a simple request for leftovers to a heartwarming bond that defies societal expectations, this story will tug at your heartstrings and inspire you to believe in the power of compassion and second chances. If you enjoyed this touching tale, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more inspiring stories. Like and share your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of their journey? Your feedback means the world to us and helps us create even more content that resonates with you.